Okay, so we have George and Jennifer and Lori and Priscilla. Update on me. Food poisoning. Felt really shitty. Oh, excuse my mouth. YouTube, don't friggin' ban me. Oh, please don't. Okay, had some hair removal on my face, chest, stomach, all that good area. So I was pretty red for a couple days, and then I had a huge toothache. Like, worst toothache that I've ever had, and so I couldn't talk. I was like, so I just didn't make a video. I know I had to pick up Laurie from the airport, so I was carting doing that, and so now we're here and we're making a video with our little animal friends.
They're both really your animal friends.
Yeah, because you gave them both to me.
Yeah, because I'm a good friend.
Anyway, she brings the cold weather down here, and then she starts bitching and complaining because I have friends. Anyway, update's over with. We're going to go on to our regular topics now. And this is like a collaboration of both of us, because we've been to a couple places now, and so we've been finagling around town in Daytona Beach and accidentally.
Because somebody doesn't know how to drive.
I went a little too far east in our trip, so we ended up in Daytona Beach and then eventually got home about an hour later than we were supposed to have.
It was fun. I got to go to Daytona.
I
kind of enjoy playing with this little bean thing.
I'm sure you do. Anyway.
I think I'm molesting.
So George, my poor bear, my poor Priscilla. Anyway, so we're going to talk about the serious topics we're going to talk about now. Well, not really serious, but kind of like goofy, but like actually have some meaning to them and some, what's that word I'm looking for?
I have no clue.
Some
substance?
That's the word.
I'm so smart.
I love you. Hug. Okay. So I have this necklace here.
And my dear friend Jen wanted to wear this
necklace. I'm not gonna hook it up right now because it's a freaking pain in the ass to hook up.
And as she put it on, I said, "Is that a choker?"
And I said, "Yes, it is."
And I said, "No, can't wear it."
Okay, here's the reason why. Obviously, something of this caliber here is pretty sparkly, very twinkly, very sparkly. Okay, so yeah, it's going to draw attention to your throat, and especially for transsexuals, male to females. If you have an Adam's apple, which I really don't have much of one, but if you do have a pretty large one, do not wear chokers to hide them.
Because it does anything but hide them. It just draws attention there.
To that area.
And I hate to say it, but a lot of transsexuals, like, that's just like the giveaway. You're not really sure, and then your eyes go right there, and you're like, oh, yeah, I see the Adam's apple.
Exactly. So you gotta be careful.
And they're way out of style. Chokers aren't in style right now.
Not.
Ugh.
It depends on the choke you wear. Like, the choker I just put on, yeah, would probably be only worn, like, in a very high-class situation.
Right, and there are, I will admit, you're right, there are some that are in style, but I see a lot of transsexuals wearing those ones that are, like, beaded on elastic that you were popular, like, 5 years ago. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And you're just like, oh, no.
I wore one of those a week ago. I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. I just want to make you feel bad.
I was just gonna laugh at you because you wore a choker in general. But
I don't really wear chokers. The choker I wore, or the choker I have, this is like one of the few chokers I have.
And you made a good point about drawing the eye down.
Yeah, it definitely draws the attention down to your.
When you wear like a necklace like this.
Yes. When you draw, like when you wear a necklace that droops down, it draws your attention to a neutral area, which is, well, unless you have like a poof of hair there, you know, that might be kind of a dead giveaway.
Let's hope if you're wearing a low-cut blouse,
but yeah,
you would shave your chest.
Yeah, or something, like makeup or something, I don't know.
And
but it draws it to a neutral area where it's not as noticeable. It draws your attention to, like, you see the butterfly here, it draws it to an area where it's quite a distance away from my would-be Adam's apple, We made our point there. I think we made our point.
I think
there.
we made our point, and we don't want to offend anybody with that. It's just.
Well, if you've done it before, then now you know.
Because you used to wear chokers. I think you still have some chokers.
No, I just have the one now.
You still have like a little black velvet one.
Oh, I do, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
I still have it. I never wear it though.
Because it's just not a good look.
Okay, so on to our next thing. Oh yeah, so we get home. We're like, oh, we should get some liquor for the next night, or this night, and the next night. But she was too tired last night because she was in, airplanes and blah blah blah, jet lag, all that crap. So, so we're drinking now. If you haven't noticed, yeah, because I'm kind of goofy right now.
I hate to say this, but if people actually catch on that whenever we're together making YouTube videos, we're pretty much blitzed. But this time you're more blitzed than me.
No, I'm not really even blitzed. I just got blitzed.
I'm not even buzzed. It's sad.
No, it's because you stopped drinking. You're like, I'm going to sleep. Okay.
No.
You're talking to your friend Steve. No, you're listening.
That was cute.
Okay, so yeah, so we stop at a liquor store, and this lady's like all up in our business, trying to like ask us what we're needing. So, like, where's the pink champagne? And she's like, oh, she follows us over there. She doesn't tell us where it is. Like, a normal person would have just gone like, oh, it's at the last aisle on the racks there, blah blah blah. Here you go. No, she follows us over there, and like. Oh, and she starts pointing out the bottles and naming the names of the bottles and the companies that make the champagne. And I was like, okay, that's enough. You can go now. And she just kept going on and on and on and on. So we get up to the register to pay for our alcohol, and she's like, yeah, I need to see your ID. So she makes a point of it to say that she needs to see our ID. And so she hands her a Michigan ID, which is kind of suspicious in itself, being in Florida. You kind of take out-of-state ID, you probably take an extra look at it, the birthday and the picture.
I just have to laugh that she thought I was under 21, but okay.
You really don't look that old.
Thank you. I feel old.
And then I hand her my ID, which is still my boy picture, and she just like, okay, here you go. Just like, not even a glance at it.
Didn't even do a double take?
Yeah, it's just like, whatever.
So she still didn't check it. It was hilarious.
Like, you could just tell that she didn't check the ID. It's like, what's the point in asking if you're not going to really check it? I thought I was going to have to pull my carry letter out and be like, here you go, here's the explanation of the whole thing. So yeah, that's our story.
You have another story about your ID.
What? The toll booths? Oh.
Oh.
Anyone who's been through Orlando knows that there's a bunch of tolls, through Florida's Turnpike and 528 and all those other ones. It's like $5 in tolls and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't carry cash on me, so I tried to pay with my debit card and they wouldn't do it. So they asked for my ID. They asked for, my license plate number. And so it was kind of awkward there. And so I'm handing them my license. I'm like, here you go. And they're like, looking at me, looking at my license. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. And I'm like trying to hide my face. I'm like, because, obviously you're going to know something's different between my boy picture and my license and the fact that it says male and it still has my male name, and they're going to be like, what's going on here? So, yeah. So that's the other story. Not as exciting as I told it before, but
As you say, it was a good
it's
story.
not funny the second time around. It's just,
I know. That's why you got to keep the camera rolling.
But maybe they'll just, maybe they'll think it's funny. I don't know. Anyway, time to edit. Time to say goodbye. And Lori, Priscilla, George, and Jen, of course.